Click. Actually, you did a real one.
Yeah. Well, that's what's great about this camera is you can actually do it like 10,000 ISO and still get an image.
But this makes no noise. I think we tend to ignore the audience all the time. Hello, everyone. This is Take from Bigheadtaco.com, and I'm here again with John, and we are in a Ferris wheel. This is the first time in my life in one. I didn't know if I don't think I would be scared, but is this the first time for you?
No, I have children. I've been on many Ferris
Oh, really?
wheels, yes.
Okay. Well, we're in.
I'm sorry, I did drag you onto here. I thought the view would be good.
All right. It's not too bad. Not as good as the peak, but today just was not the day for the peak, was it?
No, it was pretty overcast.
Yeah. You are only here for 4 days.
Yes.
So one of the videos I wanted to shoot was what's in your bag. We already did one back in Vancouver, but that was basically you in home base.
Right.
And you had all your gear.
This is what's in my Hong Kong bag with that Bigheadtaco.
Yes, exactly. But you did have your own projects.
Yeah.
I mean, we did some playful stuff, but you did do some projects, and you did think about what you would carry. Because, 13-hour flight, the projects you had in mind. So let's look at what.
Well, I really pared it down because, so often when I'm working, I do have to drag a lot of equipment. And I really wanted to go minimal and see what's the least amount of gear I could get away with. And so it was a fun challenge. I decided early on that I was only going to use the Leica monochrome that Leica so generously let me borrow. I guess I have to go back next week.
Yes.
And an iPhone 6S Plus. That was my main objective. And then I was going to try and process most of that on my iPad.
Very good.
Yeah.
So let's look what's in your bag. So you obviously everyone's seen the M monochrome with what lens do you have with
28 millimeter. It's a real workhorse lens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Percentage-wise, when you're shooting with it, what was the percentage?
About 60-70% probably.
60 to 70% using 28. So if you had the Leica Q, you would have gotten 60 to 70% of your shots.
There's a lot to like about that camera, except for the EVF, but there's a lot to like about that camera.
Yes, it's a cool camera. And I would, this is a 28 equivalent as well, so this is a great
28 is a great journalist lens, great for photojournalism. You can, if you're going to have just one lens, that would probably be the lens because you can cover all the bases with it.
Yeah, exactly. And it is very similar to the iPhone at about 29.
Yes.
So looking at it is very natural to someone who likes to shoot with smartphones, which I do. Okay, so let's dig into your bag there. This is your Filson
My favorite bag, yes.
So we saw it back in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And it's all the way here in Hong Kong.
So here's my iPhone 6S Plus charging because we've been on the go all day, every day, and so I've had to charge it at least twice a day. Yes. And this battery gives me almost double the capacity. So that's a real
How many milliamp hours, do you know what that is? You know the actual number, the nerd number?
No,
we can't see it.
It's too
But
dark.
about 2 full charges though?
Yeah, pretty
2.5
close.
maybe?
Yes. Yeah, you can also charge an iPad with it. It's powerful.
Yes, it has a 2.4 and the 1 amp plug-in. It's a separate plug-in though, right? Should be a separate plugin.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
no.
I think one. Is it the same?
It doesn't. There's no denomination.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right.
And I've got I also brought. I didn't want to be caught with only a black and white camera, so I brought a Leica M240.
Yes.
And I also glasses so I can read things.
Let's get to the neat area.
90 f2.
Yes.
Which I struggle to use. I sometimes force myself to use it because it is a difficult lens to use.
It is beautiful though.
It's really
very
nice.
sharp lens.
Yeah. The other lens.
Did you use? Sorry, did you use it in Hong Kong though?
I did. For my little mini project on the Star Ferry, I used it.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forced myself to use it actually. 50-1.4.
Beautiful lens.
Lux. Best 50 I've ever owned.
Really?
Yeah, it's so smooth, sweet. Yeah.
Your 28's a Cron.
Yeah, this is a Lux.
Are they all 46 mil? You know what the filter thread size? They're very similar, anyways. Aren't
this is a 46.
46. I think that's probably also a 46. Very good.
And wallet and sunglasses.
How about a hat? I have a hat.
I'm tired and I need a hat. You see how sweaty I am?
I have a hat.
After this, you and I, we're gonna go find a hat.
Yeah. Is it a girl's hat?
It's too cold. It's like a winter hat. I'm wearing shorts. I need a hat. I need a hat.
I have a hat.
I'm giving up looking for a hat. It will just happen.
You sure you want dead cow in your head?
Not in the middle of summer. No. Okay, what are we doing?
We're looking for a hat.
I know.
To the left. Anything you like, John? The two femme. Hello, wizard Gandalf.
Unless there's one.
Lots of protection. It probably promotes hair growth. Bucket head. What are you looking for, John?
I'm looking for a hat because I don't have one. I forgot it.
Is this the ladies section? Are we in the ladies?
I need a hat.
I have
See,
a
he's
hat.
not fair. He's got a hat. It's an ugly hat, but he has a hat. Even
Ugly.
you have a hat. Yours is a really ugly hat.
Ugly is relative.
Ooh, and it's sweaty too.
Hey, John, take a look.
No.
Perfect. How about a hat?
No, I
no
I
hat?
left my hat at home. I've been looking for a hat all week. I could not find a hat. It was very frustrating because it's still very hot here.
Yes.
AA batteries, which I used with my ring light. I don't have my ring light in here today because I wasn't using it.
Yeah.
Spare Leica battery.
Yes.
Although I must say the power consumption of the Leica M is very good.
Especially if you don't use the EVF, if you shoot with the OVF, which you probably should.
I only use the.
Why buy the M and then
EVF,
use the rear screen? It makes no sense.
Notebook with extra pens and yes, take notes.
Yes, very important.
And yeah, that's it. That's all I brought, and an iPad, which I don't have with me.
Which you don't have with you.
Because I didn't want to carry it around all day.
Yeah. And we didn't do what's in your bag before you came to Hong Kong, but you had mentioned it in your other social media, I don't know, Twitter and stuff, about how you were going to shoot with as minimal equipment as possible. So talk a little bit about choosing your iPad over your MacBook Air 13-inch. So
I'm a big fan of the recent updates to Adobe Lightroom's mobile suite, especially the Lightroom product. Not so much a big fan of the Mac version, the Mac OS.
Which is different than the Windows.
Yes. And I thought I could get away with that, and to some extent I did, but it's still a very slow and cumbersome process, and it's very difficult to edit and make your selections. I mean, it does do a job processing the images, and matter of fact, the project I worked on with the refugees, I actually only shot, edited, and corrected on my iPhone, which was they're using the Photoshop Lightroom mobile app.
But the JPEG or the RAW files?
JPEG. iPhone only does JPEG.
I thought maybe you could have imported it into your iPad.
So the interesting thing though is the iPad does read, and I'm not sure why, because it's not supposed to, but it does read the DNG files from the Leica monochrome.
Yes.
And does convert them. You're not just reading the low resolution TIFF, that it actually manages to do the full.
The four is the DNG file.
It doesn't. You can't process it like you normally would on a RAW file. But I noticed that Android has just updated their system, so and Snapseed will actually read, and you can properly do post on a DNG file.
Oh, really?
Which is, amazing.
I should try that with my Snapseed. I haven't.
Not on an iPhone, but only on the Android.
But I do have
version.
an iPad, so maybe I'll try it on my iPad.
It won't work on your iPad.
Oh, really?
It has to be Android operating system.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd have to hack it and throw on Lollipop or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if you can.
Yeah. So do you regret not bringing your...
I really regret not bringing my laptop.
Yeah.
It was fun to experiment, but it would have been a much quicker process and more enjoyable experience editing and doing post on my images that way.
You would have been penalized though with the weight, but for you that penalty of the weight outweighs...
It's only 3 pounds.
3 pounds, but in iPad it's less than a pound, right? So that's a 2 pound difference.
Yeah.
Big guy like you was 2 pounds.
Yeah,
It's like your
But it's not like you're
eyebrows.
carrying it around all day, right? So.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So other than that, are you happy with the kit that you brought with you?
Yeah, I'm thrilled with the Leica monochrome.
Yeah.
I love the low light capability, the high ISO performance. I was shooting images on the Star Ferry last night at around 10,000, and they look spectacular.
Yeah.
There's a couple on my Instagram feed, and I was just amazed because I do find, although the M240 it's a wonderful camera to use, it's a great rangefinder, it's very limited in its ISO performance, and I constantly find myself shooting assignments in 32 or 6400 range. So I'm only really happy with the M240 around 1600. I wish I could. I wish I could get a couple more.
Yeah.
Stops out of it.
We had talked a little bit about why would the monochrome be better than the M240 in low light? The M246, the monochrome, will destroy the M240 because of the noise, and it's color noise. So you can it doesn't look like grain. It just looks like something that's interfering. Or the monochrome, the noise actually enhances the image. It makes it look like Tri-X. So,
and is the monochrome doing anything to the process? Is it just like you're getting the raw file, so it's not doing anything to the image, right? It's just a straight image. It's not process. Is the M actually processing any of the image, or is it just like the straight image off the sensor?
Well, I guess the easier way to talk about it is going backwards. Is that people don't realize that all sensors are actually monochromatic. All, even color sensors. This is maybe some technology. There are some exceptions, but in general, what happens is that they put a red, blue, and green filter on top of each pixel, and as the light goes through, and the sensor knows if everything is red, but then there's certain colors that are less intensive. It does a calculation and it can actually figure out what the color.
So there is
can
some
be.
software engineering going on.
Yes, with color.
Okay.
But with black and white only sensor, those color filters are removed, and all it's picking up is gradients of light.
Right.
And that's all it's picking up. And so your dynamic range, so there's a difference between exposure latitude and dynamic range. So within a range of, if you can get gradients of a color, of light, the monochrome will give you much more detailed gradients. But you can actually blow out highlights easier on the monochrome.
Yeah, I heard it's better to underexpose.
It's better to underexpose, exactly. Just like even for color, it's better. I know most people want to shoot it exact, but you don't want to lose. Once you lose you blow out the highlights on the monochrome. With color, you can bring back a little bit of it because you have 3 different versions of 3 different light spectrums.
Right.
You can sort of bring back a little bit, but with black and white, once it's white, there's no detail, there's nothing to bring back. So on bright days, I think the 240 is better. In bright daylight, so lower ISOs, but on low light shoots, nothing. Of all the Leica cameras, I think the M246 monochrome does a great. I shot at 12,500, and I posted pictures on my review. Fantastic.
I would really like to pick one up. I just don't know if I can justify owning a camera that only shoots black and white.
It's tough unless you are committed to black and white. As a photojournalist,
it's better to have options.
People want color, and
well, I think I think people really value black and white photography too. It's black and white storytelling.
Yeah.
But it's still, I think you're in a better position if you have options. So if you have it in color, at least you can make it black and white.
If you know how to process your images and you know what ISO to be at, the M240, you can get very close to the M246 monochrome. But when you get to those extremes, it's very difficult. Yeah. So overall, you had a great time. You picked the right equipment.
Yeah.
It seems like the extremes. You went from rangefinder to smartphone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I like to say that I'd like to think that I can use anything that's put in my hand.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of the pictures you've taken on both, and one of them I actually confused it for the Leica. Because,
that's right.
Because I'm looking at your style, not the equipment.
Exactly.
And that's what it comes down to. It's just you have this look.
It's just a tool.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a great tool.
Yeah. So I think you made great choices. I'm going to do what's in my bag in a different video, because this Ferris wheel will not go around long enough to do that. But thank you so much for sharing what's in your, man, I'm so jealous about this bag, in your Filson bag. And let's finish up. Do you want to grab one of your cameras there? Which one are you going to grab?
I guess I just...
246.
246.
Or are you going to grab the iPhone?
I'll get my iPhone.
Okay, I'm going to stick with the GR. So thank you so much for watching. John, thank you for coming on my show again here in Hong Kong. And we will talk to you soon. Click. Oh, you do. Click. 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 Click.